Welcome to Science Magazine program. National Technology Day 2025 was observed on 11th May 2025 with the theme Yantra Yugantar for advancing new technology, research and acceleration. Yugantar marks India's rise as a global tech leader, while Yantra embodies India's scientific heritage, innovation and scalable solutions. Please listen to an interview with Dr. Rajesh Pathak, Secretary, Technology Development Board. Interviewer is Manoj, Mainkar.
It gives us immense pleasure to welcome Dr. Rajesh Pathak, Secretary, Technology Development Board, Government of India, to the studios of Akashvani.
Thanks for inviting me.
There are many questions in mind, especially in light of the fact that we just celebrated National Technology Day. Before I come to that, one question that has been in my mind for a long time. There are so many science and technology bodies in India. How different is the Technology Development Board from other bodies?
I think that's a very good question you have asked. I can tell you Technology Development Board is a unique organization not only in the science and technology domain, you can say within the Ministry of Science and Technology, but entire government. This kind of body is not in existence in other ministries or other government bodies. This particular body is a statutory body created through an act of parliament passed in 1995 and started functioning in 1996. This is some sort of a unique body in that sense. When this was conceived, this was the only organization within the government setup who basically mandated to provide commercial loans, equity, grants to those projects who are technologically at advanced level and needs for commercialization that is bringing to the market, they need fund support. And technology being a risky proposition, many banks were not ready to finance and take risk. So government took that risk way back in 1995, 1996. I give you an example of how this worked basically. We all know within 2 years of COVID pandemic, we were able to manufacture our own vaccine, Covaxin by Bharat Biotech. But many people do not know that their first project with respect to production of hepatitis B vaccine in India was financed by Technology Development Board way back in 96-97. And that time we used to import hepatitis B vaccine at $1 around $25. And when we started manufacturing, the prices came down world over, crashed to $1 per vial. And so that is the unique organization created, and still now lots of venture capitals and other financing organization has come up, but remains the TDB in a statutory body and very unique indeed.
So a lot of interaction with the private sector, naturally.
Of course.
Dr. Pathak, we just celebrated, as I mentioned at the outset, the National Technology Day. For the year 2025, different from earlier years, what are the highlights? I'm referring to something which is absolutely new.
Let me first come back to you about National Technology Day per se, why we celebrate it, in order to have a comprehensive view of your audience. This is a day which already engrossed in the annal of scientific community in India. Only the 11th May, the second Pokhran blast took place under Operation Shakti in 1998. The then government decided to celebrate 11th May as National Technology Day. Its relevance goes much beyond just a day, because that 11th May 1998 has transformed India, you can say, become nuclear state. That is one part. But your scientific community got that kind of boost which came in open that we have the capability to do so. And this has become more pertinent in this 4 days war Operation Sindoor, where we again demonstrated that our scientific capability by indigenous made your all weaponry system.
It's a significant moral booster for our armed forces also.
Of course, all this you can trace back to that 1998 11th May. So then we started celebrating from 1999 onwards on 11th May, and in that series every year Technology Development Board was given the responsibility to celebrate it. So this year we have celebrated 27. In fact, the first celebration was attended by Honorable Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, and the 25th anniversary we had a massive program organized with 12 department and Ministry of Government of India together, and it was inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. So this year we have celebrated 27th, and this year basically we had launched few call for proposal under quantum mission. This is number one, which is going to be the key for future. We already had in DST platform 5 CCP test bed set up with industry, academia participation related to cement industry. So how to capture carbon, etc., etc. So 5 company like Dalmia Cement, JK Cement, JSW came forward, and Government of India through DST, they have set up 5 test bed, one in IIT Roorkee, then one in IIT Bombay, like that. And this was very new, which was not earlier. Plus, we launched ourselves around 4 new technology to which TDB supported, and one compilation of booklet we basically compiled using 30 path breaking technology supported by Technology Development Board in this decade. You may remember that on 15th August 2022, when Honorable Prime Minister from the Red Fort added Jai Anusandhan, he also said that this decade is decade of technology. So we thought, let's Technology Development Board, what we have contributed to this thought, 5 years, at least we are in the middle of this decade. So we has come out with one compendium of 30 new projects, was released by Honorable Minister in that National Technology Day.
In its many years of existence, TDB must have closely watched startups and entrepreneurs come up with new ideas. And can you name a venture that has seen success and also a venture that could not see success on account of various factors?
There are examples. I can say, fortunately, whatever the project during my tenure I have supported, all of them is progressing well. I give you one example. In fact, my first project, I happily share with all, that we have supported one incubated at IIT Delhi. There are 2-3 boys led by one professor, Dr. Sarita. They have started Bottle Lab Dynamics, and they wanted to do drone swarms. So that was my first project. And they did it on their first show with the support of Technology Development Board on Beating Retreat Parade in 2022.
That was spectacular.
And that was step. And thereafter, they have picked up like anything. They did so for IPL, they did for recently in Allahabad during Kumbh. So when they came to us for the financial support, they were hardly a team of around 15 or 20 people. Today, they are almost around 200 people working in their organization, and they are doing this drone swarm so world over. We have become 4th in the world to have this technology of flying more than 100 or 1000 drones at a time, and they are now trying to beat the record. So you can say this is a big success. Within few years of support, they have already paid back amount and interest. As far as failure is concerned, yes, there are, but failure is also, you cannot say that sometimes it so happens that his idea is not matured.
The time has not
come. So I can give you another example. For example, in year 2000, we have supported one company called Reva, and they manufacture electric vehicle. But that time there was no ecosystem of electric vehicle in India per se, neither commercially nor you say legally, all those things. But now electric vehicle is the talk of the town. So probably we were way ahead at that point of time. So that's prime example. Say the technology was not at fault, but there are other factors related to that. So there are few cases, but it's very few.
When you interact with startups and entrepreneurs, are there codified stages of starts and then
there are.
Very often incubation center?
I can tell you. In fact, incubation center, the first concept is started by Technology Development Board himself in way back in 2010-11. We had given 1 crore grant to around 35 incubation center, and thereafter this program is taken over by DST. Now DST is doing, today we have around 180 plus incubation center supported by Department of Science and Technology alone. In addition, there are incubation centers supported by DBT, and so there are stages of a development. I always called it from mind to market. So somebody has some idea, and how you translate it through your journey and bring the product in the market. So ideation stage, it is called TRL 0. So you are having idea, then you progress. It is a well-defined technology readiness level index. So from 0 to 9. So from 0 to 1 or 2, you have ideate it, and they go to incubation center and start working on that idea. Then thereafter, you have a prototype stage 4 or 5, where you have converted your idea into some sort of a pre-launch project to see whether these are working or not, get it testified from whatever certificate is needed, and then thereafter commercial stage comes, TRL 6-7 onwards, where your project is going to be launched in the market, for which you need financial support to establish your factories and etc. You come out for incubation center and do it on with your team. Technology Development Board role start from there, TRL 6 or 7. When you are ready for your idea for commercialization, that stage we support it. But yes, in a startup journey or anybody's journey, whether it is startup or individual, some idea comes to individual, some idea comes to a group of people, and they start form a company. So they start from this ideation stage, go to incubation center with support, initial support by various ministry, whatever is available, and then to prototype stage. Again, some financial help is required, which come through VC funding or angel fund. Initially, some angel fund invest in that, and then TRL 6-7 level, and then Technology Development Board, the approach we support it, and many goes to the VC's funding as well. So these are the stages through which tender goes.
Dr. Pathak, if we look at technology very, very broadly, my next question to you will be, we keep on, when it comes to the evolution process of technology per se, we look at various avatars, naming it 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. Where are we as a nation right now? If you look at the entire, take the global perspective, what are the areas where India holds a lot of promise? Sector.
Look, we 10-11 years back, when the new government took over in 2014, that time there is a global index called Innovation Index, where India was placed at around 80. Today we have jumped to position 39. In this last 11 years, this ecosystems developed. So our patent has gone manyfold, now around 60 to 70,000 patent, and as Honorable Minister pointed out during National Technology Day speech, half of the patent is being generated by all researcher in India. Earlier you used to go outside India and do research, get the patent, etc. But in India, doing research in India ecosystem, we have generated here genetic patent. So entire ecosystem has changed dramatically. And coming back to the second part of your question, what promises, technology promises? Look, India have very good advantage. We have very good scientific knowledge, technological knowledge. We have very good institutions. Few of the area which government is very much interested and it is promising. One is artificial intelligence. Second is your telecommunication, the 6G bit. We are already on that platform. Come to machine learning tools, etc. So these are the area, quantum for that matter, quantum technology, we have supercomputer.
Have we moved ahead in that?
Yes, some of the, for example, supercomputing mission, we are at very advanced stage of some of the developed. Out of the few components, we are almost the world leader. So the world is now wants to collaborate with us. We are 100% sure, I can tell you with full confidence, in some of the upcoming technology, India will lead.
That coincides with a news that we heard on the radio yesterday, that finally companies are collaborating to set up a chip or a microchip facility.
Yeah, this is, I think, sixth in this. So that is semiconductor and chips manufacturing. It is already 3,000 something crore project coming up in Jewar. Yeah, true.
From the lens of TDB, if I look at the entire semiconductor scenario, have people been approached TDB to even startups or entrepreneurs to do something in the semiconductor area?
Look, our funding, in fact, we have already have a supercomputer mission where 72,000 crore or 76,000 crore government allocated under MIT. So there is a big program going when you need bulk of money. But as far as small startup is concerned, who is working, I can give one example to illustrate. Along with DST, TDB and MIT, we have supported one firm in Hyderabad called Manjira Digital. Must have came in during this Operation Sindoor that we have used Navik satellites and everything. That's how we dodged off. So this Navik already in place, put in place. We didn't have the receiver module. So that company started working on the receiver module, the chips, so that we can use in our handset also. So that project we have supported. So there are projects coming up, plus a big, if somebody wants to have a big, for example, Tata or Adani want to set up, they are already setting up under that supercomputer mission, that semiconductor mission.
Dr. Rajesh Pathak, it was a stimulating discussion, and even I'm very sure even if a student or a young person is listening to us, he too would have gained a lot from this little interaction. Thank you very much for coming to the studios of Akashvani.
Thank you for inviting. Thanks a lot.
This program was narrated by Neelam Malkania and presented by Dilip Jha. This broadcast came to you from Indraprasth channel of Akashvani, Delhi.